Okay, so we are starting here, and we are with August MacDonald, one of the featured poets in the Young Creators Project. August, you're 20 years old. How long have you been writing poetry, and what got you started?
I started writing poetry. I think the first poem I wrote was probably in third grade, and it was a couple of lines. The poems that I do remember, I did in middle school in a creative writing class that I was in. So, about like seventh grade. I used to type out all my poems on my typewriter at home. And so I would just like ask my parents, like, to give me like a prompt, and then I would write something about it on this like corona that I had.
You were a performer at LACHSA, the LA County High School for the Arts, but you only started performing your poetry live last summer. What was that like for you?
um it was kind of like a last minute. We needed something to perform in like my group. It was like a show and tell night at the end of this summer program. It was really scary, but it was so worth it after, and hearing people's respond being able to respond to it, and like the thrill of like reading it out and kind of creating my own rhythm while I was saying it was different than it had been like in the past reading it to people, and I felt very empowered after.
This poem, My Chin, is the same one that you submitted to the Young Creators Project. What was the inspiration behind it?
Right after I graduated high school, I was on a gap year, and it was also the beginning of quarantine. I wanted to write about how it felt to be kind of like an adult. You're a woman, you're an adult, you're 18, you're out of high school. But then at the same time, I was in my house, not in school. This thing of like, being with yourself for so long and kind of like learning about your body and seeing it in a different way, puberty and being a late bloomer and kind of experiencing things at different times than your friends. And so I think that was kind of my inspiration for that. I was just like, I don't feel like I fit into any of these things that I'm being told describe me as like 18 and a woman. And yeah,
What's next for you?
I think I just want to collaborate with people, honestly. My brother makes music, and so he helped kind of like with the scoring of the little film, and so I found that like super super enjoyable, and I want to do more of it.
August MacDonald is a poet. She joined us as part of KCRW's Young Creators Project, and you can check out her poem at kcrw.com/young creators. Thanks so much, August. It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.